Fans have been waiting to see how the Errol Spence and Terence Crawford rematch will go, but now Errol has slammed Crawford for ducking the rematch. Pros and fans are torn on their opinions of whether or not this fight will be any different for Errol Spence, but he seems to be trying to make some changes. Jeff Mayweather isn't too sure if Spence getting rid of his coach is the best plan. Jeff stated, "I don't think so. You win all these fights with the same guy, and then after your first loss, you're looking for someone to blame. I don't know their relationship to that point, and Errol is the fighter. He has to make the decision on what's best for him. I hate to see that because they grew up together, and it's kind of a slap in the face. Still, it's Spence's career, and he may feel like he needs a change. It seemed like, to me, they're looking for someone to blame." Crawford has definitely given credit to Spence as an opponent, but he doesn't see this rematch going any differently.
Because, I think Errol is a strong-minded, strong-willed individual. I feel as if, he would go back to the drawing board. He would come back stronger. He'll come back more hungrier. And he'll try to fix the things that, he needed to fix to make the fight look different in the second time than in the first time. I do believe that, but that's the only thing that I can actually sense because, I will be on the other side.
Eddie Hearn seems to think that the fight was too much for Spence the first time, and he still thinks that Crawford would be too much for Spence at 154. Eddie stated, "No, I don't think so. I think that was a taxing fight for Errol Spence." Without taking anything away from Terence Crawford's performance, there are starting to be a few miles on the clock for Spence, whether it's lifestyle, retina, or car crash, whether it's tough fights, and that kind of fight last time will do some more to take some extra miles off the tank. I do think he'd be stronger at 154. He's been at 147 a long time, but I still think Terence Crawford is the big favorite in that fight. I don't think it's a fight people are clamoring for, so I think you're going to have to find something to get Spence off the pan for that rematch. Even Spence has made it clear that he wants the fight at 154 instead of 147 again.
Yeah, definitely. It was exciting, the whole build up to it and leading up to it too, so it's something that I wouldn't change for nothing, and I'm definitely open to the rematch, and hopefully it'll be at 154 pounds.
George Foreman doesn't think that Spence should lose his fighting spirit either way, and he thinks there might be a chance for the fighter. George stated, "We gotta keep fishing no matter what the odds. The big one might take a bite, stick out his head in the ring. Opportunity is opportunity. When you're no longer champ, you are out. Can't take the title shot lightly. There's a tide in the affairs of men. Spence should stay hungry. Viper has only so many strikes." Danny Garcia believes that Spence could do better in a rematch as well. Danny stated maybe it was the weight, maybe it was something else that he's not talking about. Some fighters don't like to make excuses, even though I could have made a lot of excuses in my career, but I never did. But some fighters just don't like making excuses, and maybe something did bother Spence, and maybe he just had a bad night. A lot of fighters have bad nights, and that was just the night that he happened to have a bad night, because every fighter has a bad night. Sometimes you can win on your bad nights, and sometimes you lose one-sided, so that's just how boxing is. That's why I did an interview before the fight. I said whoever wakes up feeling better in that fight, he's going to win that fight, and Terence Crawford woke up feeling better and looked better. Errol Spence was very open about what he thought went wrong with the fight.
I felt cool. I thought, I could definitely do enough to win the fight, but I felt good. And like I said, I'm not here to make any excuses. I'm a grown man. I decided to agree to the weight and get down to it, and that's what I did. So take no excuses. Hats off to the champion tonight.
Clarissa Shields doesn't think that a rematch will be any different for Spence, though. Shields stated, "I think he'll train hard. I think he'll be better. He can put forth a better effort, but when somebody destroys you like that, they always get the ups on you." Mikey Garcia definitely thinks that the weight cut really affected Spence. Mikey stated, "I think Crawford still wins. His skill level is that much better. I do think the weight might have been a factor. I think Spence was probably not able to hydrate well enough. He killed himself to make weight, and he probably stuck around at welterweight for a little too long. That all may have been a factor in the way he performed, but the skill level that Crawford brings to the ring is just that bit better. Roy Jones Jr. didn't think that they should be going right into the rematch, and he doesn't believe that the weight will make much of a difference. Roy stated they should sign the rematch clause, but asked to have 1 or 2 fights in between to get Spence right for that rematch. If they get the chance to work on other tools in the toolbox, it gives them a much better chance to give a better fight. The weight is not what will make it look different. If he just goes in and fights Bud the way he is now, he could fight him at 154 or 160 and it wouldn't make a difference. Derek James and Terence Crawford definitely got into a little heated exchange before the last fight.
Come on, man, I gotta go there.
Don't know what undisputed is right there.
I got an undisputed champ. I got an undisputed champ. Hey, keep your ass up there. Keep your ass up there.
What's up? What's up? What's going on?
It's all good. It's all good.
I said, what's going on?
Stupid.
You stupid?
What's the issue with me?
I said what's going on.
I said what's up. I said what's up.
I said what's going on.
I said what's up. I said what's up.
All right.
Yeah, I said the one talking. Ain't me. Man, they say you about to get choked out or something. But really, it was like his boy on the outside was talking. Hey, look on me.
Wrong one.
And I think they think I'm a punk. I just got a suit on.
Joel Diaz definitely thinks that Terence is going to beat Errol again. Joel stated, "No, Spence will not do any better. I think it will be worse for Errol Spence because now that Terence Crawford already got his number, and then his mentality after this beating is different. I mean, he's a warrior. Errol Spence is a warrior. Says, okay, I'll fight him again, but honestly, realistically, it will be no difference. It will be the same outcome, and I think on the next one, it'll be more beneficial for Crawford in a better fashion. I mean, the fact that Errol Spence is moving to 54 is like Crawford is moving to 54 too. He's a big boy as well. And that night I saw a Crawford bigger than Errol Spence. He looked bigger that night, so there's no difference." Jeff Mayweather did make an interesting claim that seems to go against everything everyone else is saying should happen. Jeff thinks that Terence should decide to fight at 147 again. Jeff stated, "If I'm Crawford, I'm fighting at 147 again. You've already made it clear to the public that was a problem. If that was the problem, it's going to be another problem the second time around. I think that's what he's going to say, but I would still make him fight me at the same weight." Trainer Barry Hunter doesn't think that there are any excuses for Spence, and he just thinks that Terence was that good. Barry stated, "Who knows, it could have been a layoff or remnants of the car accident, you never know. But the reason why I didn't want to say any of that is that he fought 2 reputable guys, Jordinas Ugas and Danny Garcia, and none of this was an issue. So I just think Terence Crawford is what he is. If it were me, I would definitely wait. Had Errol lost a tight competitive fight, that's one thing, but to take the type of punishment he took, I would give him some time to let him recover from that." Well, according to AM Sports Media, Crawford wants more money to fight the rematch with Spence. AM Sports Media stated, rumors are circulating suggesting that Terence Crawford is seeking a higher payout for a potential rematch against Errol Spence at the 154-pound weight class. Alternatively, Crawford is open to the fight taking place at 147 pounds. What makes this situation interesting is that if the contract lacks a specified percentage split regardless of the weight class, Crawford could potentially exert leverage over Spence. This strategic mover by Crawford would mark a savvy business decision, and the second time he's managed to outmaneuver Spence during negotiations. Errol Spence isn't happy about this though, since he's been ready to take on Crawford ever since the first loss.
I feel cool. I thought, I could definitely do enough to win the fight, but I feel good. And like I said, I'm not here to make any excuses. I'm a grown man. I decided to agree to the weight and get down to it, and that's what I did. So take no excuses. Hats off to the champion tonight.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.